Cobblestone streets, painted facades in ochre, pink, and terracotta, a church tower casting a shadow across the plaza. These are the images Mexico wants us to think of when we hear the words Pueblo Mágico. But beneath the charm lies a deeper question. Does this program protect heritage, or does it turn these towns into tourist displays? Is this urban magic or a mirage? In 2001, Mexico's Secretary of Tourism launched the Pueblo Mágico program. The mission of this program is to spotlight towns with cultural, historical, or architectural significance. It is intended to bring tourism to more localities, especially smaller towns. Today, there are 177 of these designated towns. The program has undeniably transformed how these places are seen and how they are built. On the surface, recognition of becoming a Pueblo Mágico brings real benefits. Federal funding flows in for restoration projects. Plazas are repaved, drainage is improved, church facades are repaired, streetscapes are refreshed to evoke an image of timeless charm. Urban form is reinforced around the colonial grid. Plazas at the center, arcades framing the public square, cobblestones underfoot. This design is not only pleasing, it encourages walkability and creates a cohesive local urban identity. In many towns, the program preserves architecture that might otherwise fall into decay. It also sustains artisanal economies, weaving, silverwork, pottery. Tourism generates jobs, from hotels to street vendors. In these ways, the program is undeniably powerful. But the magic comes with a cost. Standardized design guidelines impose a curated aesthetic: whitewashed walls, red tiled roofs, carefully painted signage. While this creates visual unity, it risks erasing the diversity of Mexico's organic architectural traditions. Indigenous forms, modernist interventions, or experimental designs are often excluded in favor of colonial nostalgia. Tourism also brings urban pressures. Plazas, once civic spaces, becoming public stages for visitors. Housing stock is converted into boutique hotels or Airbnbs, inflating property values. Locals are priced out of their own neighborhoods. Infrastructure strains too. Traffic, water shortages, and waste accumulation increases as town absorbs visitors beyond their capacity. The result, a polished surface overlaying unresolved urban challenges. The Pueblo Mágico program highlights the tension between heritage and homogenization. On one hand, it rescues architecture from neglect. On the other, it can freeze towns in a stylized version of their past. A Pueblo Mágico must look a certain way, so design innovation is constrained. Facades become museum pieces, and authenticity risks being traded for marketability. Urbanist club is patrimonial urbanism, when heritage is curated for outsiders, often at the expense of the people who live within it. In this sense, a Pueblo Mágico is both preserved and performed. So we arrive at the dilemma. Does this program create opportunity or displacement? Does it preserve architecture or flatten difference? Does it strengthen civic unity or stage a version of it for consumption? My family's hometown is a small place called Juan Martín, tucked between fields and low hills in Guanajuato. It's the kind of town you might miss if you blink while driving past. Quiet for most of the year, with dusty streets, fading paint. All know each other's names. Life there moves slowly, marked by roosters at dawn and church bells at dusk. But in December, everything changes. Mexican-American families, like mine, return for the festivals. The population doubles, sometimes triples. The streets filled with banda music, food stands, fireworks and reunions that last until sunrise. For a few weeks, Juan Martín feels infinite, alive with memory and belonging. Sometimes I imagine what it would mean if Juan Martín becomes a Pueblo Mágico. La idea feels tempting, like a mirage shimmering on the horizon. Recognition, tourism, investment, pride. Yet I also think about the people who live there year-round, the farmers, the shopkeepers, the families who keep the town breathing. What would happen if the magic invited too many outsiders? Would the quiet rhythm that makes Juan Martín special still survive? That's when I realized the mirage isn't just in the magic of the Pueblo Mágico. It's in our desire to be seen. The more visibility a place gains, the more fragile its authenticity becomes. The real magic isn't in the title. It's in the way people inhabit their town when no one's watching. The Pueblo Mágico program is a reminder that urban design is never neutral. Every painted wall, every cobblestone street, every restored plaza reflects choices about identity, belonging, and economy. For some towns, the recognition is truly magical, reviving local pride and economic life. For others, it is a mirage, consuming deeper fractures of inequality, displacement, and cultural flattening. As urbanists and architects, we must ask, how can we honor heritage without turning it into a spectacle? How can design sustain both memory and everyday life? Because ultimately, the real magic of a pueblo is not in its paint or signage. It's in the people and in the urban rhythms they continue to create.